Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and today is the day that we finally start reviewing these Neca Godzilla figures. I have had so many requests for these figures, it is almost unbelievable. If there's one line of figures that I have continuously gotten requested as far as reviewing for a very long time, but just have not had a chance to actually get them up on the channel, it is without question these Neca Godzilla figures. So we're going to start with the very first one here, which is the very first Godzilla. It is the Godzilla 1954 version. However, this is actually, I believe, the newest release of this. This is a new repack which includes the atomic breath. I don't believe the original actually had that. In fact, I do believe I have the original still in the box somewhere around here. I'll have to check and look, but I believe the original did not have the atomic breath. I don't remember mine actually having it. So this one I actually found at Walmart and saw it, and my son was going crazy about it, so we scooped it up and we have it now here to look at with you guys. Obviously it is out of the package already, because he just could not wait to get it open and take a look at it. But I will say that it came in the same clear type of packaging that the original NECA 1954 Godzilla figure came in. But this one now looks beautiful. It honestly looks fantastic. Again, just like every NECA Godzilla figure, they really go above and beyond when it comes to making sure your Godzilla looks beautiful, and that is exactly what I see here with this 1954 version. So let's go ahead, get a closer look at this guy right now. So as far as the sculpting of the head detail, you can see that this is beautiful. Lots of incredibly nice sculpt and detail all over this Godzilla. You can see the ears are sculpted out really nicely, and overall this definitely, without question, really beautifully represents the 1954 Godzilla. Really nice sculpting and detailing up there on the top of the head. The overall appearance of this, in my opinion, is spot on to the original Godzilla. It has the articulated jaw, which is one thing that you come to expect when it comes to a NECA Godzilla figure, is just ridiculous amounts of articulation. And you can see that inside the mouth, the tongue is colored really quite nicely in there. Beautifully painted. The teeth are really nicely painted and sculpted as well. There doesn't appear to be any sloppiness, honestly, anywhere that I can see on the mouth area of this Godzilla. In general, I don't really know if there's much sloppiness at all, aside from if you look at him from the front, he definitely has a very cross-eyed, googly-eyed type appearance, which is a little bit of a downside, but I guess it's not the end of the world, that's for sure. You can see that the majority of the figure is, of course, painted with that one solid color, that dark, like, blackish gray type color that Godzilla normally is. But you can see it's been really nicely dry brushed with a light gray over top, really bringing out the beautiful detail of Godzilla. As we move down the neck, you can see that beautiful detail really quite nicely. The whole way down, really nice sculpt work. You can also see the Godzilla spines here on the back start to pick up, and those as well are really beautifully sculpted. And again, they have that outline that Godzilla does have the trademark of having, and you can see that they've also dry brushed kind of that light gray throughout those, really bringing out the detail in those as well. As you move down here into the arms, you can definitely see that Godzilla is jacked to the max. Really beautiful musculature there in the arms, really nicely sculpted hands as well. And of course, the nails are painted beautifully. You can see those right there. Thanks to the articulation, you really can get an idea of every area of this figure quite easily. There's nothing really hiding on it. And you can see both hands are painted beautifully as far as the nails go. And again, that dry brushing runs down here as well, all up on the arms also. You can see the underside here of Godzilla, the stomach and chest region, has quite a bit of movement, really beautifully being shown throughout. And again, we've got lots of articulation that we will go over at some point here very soon. As we move down the body, again, you can see how nice that dry brushing has brought out all the detail of Godzilla. Incredibly nice musculature here in the thigh and calf regions. And of course, the big Godzilla kneecaps right there in the front. The feet are also sculpted and painted beautifully. Really nicely painted nails. Just like the hands, you can see that there is a gloss to them, so they shine very realistically. Then as we move down into the tail, again, you can see just how beautiful the sculpting and detailing is of the overall appearance of the skin texture and everything, and that very nice dry brushing has brought that detail out really quite brilliantly. You can also see the smaller area of the Godzilla spines as we run out the length of the tail is all painted with that nice light gray. and overall it really looks beautiful. I think it's a very, very faithful rendition to the 1954 Godzilla, and the newest addition to this set is the atomic breath, and I've actually seen quite a few people wondering if this is the same as the Godzilla vs. Kong atomic breath, so let's bring that in. So here is the Kong version up here on the top, and then the bottom one here is the new Godzilla 1954 version. You can see that the Kong version definitely looks similar as far as the sculpt to this version. I can't really tell if it's exactly the same. So there, I think right here, if we look at it right there, you can now tell that it is the exact same sculpt as far as the Godzilla vs. Kong atomic breath compared to the new 1954 version. It is the same sculpt, however the paint is definitely different. You can see that this one, it really appears to be just this solid white color, whereas the Godzilla vs. Kong, it has like a really nice translucency to it with a dry brushing of the white overall. So there is some difference, but as far as the sculpt goes, it is the same atomic breath that you did get with the Kong version. But without question, the actual Godzilla figure itself is fantastic, and even if this is a recycled atomic breath, it's still really cool to have with it. Now we of course have to get into the articulation of the figure, so we've of course got the articulated jaw like I stated before. We've also got the articulation in the neck, but you've got two different areas. So you've got right here, which can move up and down, and then you've got here at the base of the shoulders, which is on a swivel, so you could make Godzilla completely turn his head backwards if you truly wanted to. So there is some very nice articulation, makes for a lot of poseability and beautiful display options when it comes to this Godzilla, just in the neck region alone. But once you get down into the arms, you can see you've got shoulder articulation, you've also got the elbow joint there, you've got the wrist joint there also, and you've even got finger articulation, which is really, really cool. The thumb doesn't articulate, but these digits here on the front of the hand do actually articulate. And then, of course, it's the same on both sides, same deal with this arm back here. As far as the leg, you've got articulation in the hip, the knees, and the ankles as well. So lots of articulation there as well. The midsection of Godzilla can also turn and twist and swivel. So again, we can turn Godzilla totally backwards if we want to make him look absolutely ridiculous. And then with the tail, there is just articulation to the max. You've got it here, here. Unfortunately, the articulation does stop right here. So this is one solid piece. There's no articulation here, which some of the newer Godzilla figures do actually have articulation in this area. This one does not, but even still, you can see how nice and smooth that looks. Really beautiful for stop motion video of your Godzilla, and I think that is also another very cool option with these NECA Godzilla figures. As far as a size on our 1954 Godzilla, for a height, we're looking at about 6¼ inches or about 16 centimeters in height. And for a length from the tail to the head, about 11 inches or about 28 centimeters. It's a little tough to tell from your vantage point. It probably doesn't look quite right. It looks like the 11 is way past the head, but where I'm at, I can tell you that it is not. It is actually 11 inches long. So, for a size comparison, and some of you that might be new to the channel checking out this review simply because you're a fan of Godzilla, I normally review everything with this Papo Tyrannosaurus Rex for the most part. I do occasionally sway from our Papo Rex friend, but I figure as far as dinosaur figures go, the Papo Rex is one of the most popular of all time, and a lot of people end up having him, so I usually try to use him for a size comparison. But if you honestly have any of the other NECA Godzilla figures, he is very, very similar in size to those. So to actually show you that, here is the new Godzilla King of the Monsters Atomic Breath version Godzilla and the Godzilla vs. Kong Godzilla. So you can see that he is in a similar size range to those figures as well. So this newest version of the Godzilla 1954 version with the Atomic Breath is absolutely awesome. I have yet to see a NECA Godzilla figure that I did not like, and I don't know that I ever will, and that follows through here with this 1954 Godzilla. Again, this was actually released quite a while back. I don't know if anything is new on this, as I've never actually taken my original out of the box and I definitely think I will very soon. I do believe that the sculpt is overall the same, but I really think that as far as the sculpting and detailing of this Godzilla goes, it is top-notch, absolutely spot on to the 1954 Godzilla, and the inclusion of the atomic breath in this newest version is just the icing on the cake overall, and something that I really do love that they have included. And I do like the fact that they did alter the paint a little bit there to make it look like this Godzilla's own individual atomic breath and not just resemble a reused version of the Kong Godzilla version, and that is a plus as well. I think the sculpting of this Godzilla, like I said, especially as far as the minute detailing goes, is really beautiful. I think the paint application is also incredibly beautiful. Again, the eyes being a little cross-eyed is about the only downside, because honestly it is breathtaking in person. So I will include a link in the description to BigBadToyStore.com where you can pick up your very own 1954 Godzilla. I don't know, however, if they actually have this atomic breath version there in store. I found mine, like I said, in Walmart, so your best bet to find this exact version may be Walmart. Maybe that's where you should try to search one out to make sure you acquire one. I don't know for sure, again, if it's on Big Bad Toy Store, but I will link you guys to this figure if I can find someone selling the atomic breath version like this, and if not, I will link you to the original older version. Regardless, if you're a fan of Godzilla, you should definitely pick this up because it is awesome. So make sure you do that, but before you do that, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified of any future videos, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.